Lakshima Duparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami Sangye Churan Sukhi Chuknamla Changchu Bardu Dakni Kyapsuchi Daki Shunyen Yipe Sunamki Tola Penchir Sangye Duparsho Sangye Churan Sukhi Chuknamla Jangchu Bardu Dakni Kyapsuchi Taki Chunyen Yipe Sunamki Chola Penchir Sangye Duparsho Sangye Churan Sukhi Chuknamla Jangchu Bardu Dakni Kyapsuchi Daki Chunyen Yipe Sunamki Chola Penchir Sangye Duparsho.
Yay, the suffering of homework.
So thank you all for your attendance and your interest in this text, because with this text, you can, as Kedrip Day is going to show us, remove, you can see the nature of reality directly. You can realize that and reach enlightenment. So last class, we spent a lot of time, most of the day, speaking about blindness. And there were 3 different metaphors used in different ways. First, we had one from Kedrip J. Then we had one from the Diamond Cutter Sutra. And then we had one from the exalted brief presentation of the Prajnaparamita. So how does Kedrip J use the metaphor of a blind person to talk about the 6 perfections? Does anyone remember?
We talked about it in terms of wisdom. And if you use the 6 perfections without wisdom, it's like being a blind person with no guide.
Right. And that's the only path to achieving omniscience. Yeah, thank you. And now from the Diamond Cutter, this metaphor about blindness is about a person who has eyes and yet cannot see. So how does this apply to the practice of the perfections?
Sitting in a dark room.
Right. So that's the person. What's going on?
They've fallen into the things of giving or something, like coming from its own side.
They have fallen into things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it means. Seeing them is coming from their own side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happens because that's their situation?
Because then they have fallen into things such as the thinking, the gift, the giver, and the giving come from their own side.
Right. And because of that, they abandon giving. And then what's the rest of the metaphor as it applies to the perfections? Or what, I guess the remedy, I'm sorry.
Oh, when the sun comes up?
Yeah.
That's all I got.
And they see all kinds of things. So someone who has
so then
not
they
fallen
would change. I guess then if they see things, then they would change the way that they give and all that. Yeah.
Right. They see that all things come from seeds, so they assert themselves in giving.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. So now we go on to the exalted brief presentation of the Prajnaparamita. And this is a metaphor for reaching enlightenment. Does anyone remember? Blind leading the blind, remember?
Oh, it doesn't matter how many blind people are leading each other. They still don't know where to go.
Yeah, how could they ever reach their destination if they have no guide and they're all blind? So like that.
In the same way, you just need one-sighted person to teach you wisdom. Like wisdom is like one-sighted person, and it's better
Yeah.
than a million people who don't know and are blind.
Yeah, those who practice the other five perfections without wisdom are like sightless people without a guide, and they are incapable of making contact with enlightenment. Drawa? The trap or a net? Ditate.
That's like that, or
Yeah, this is how it is. Honwa.
Fallen into.
Fallen, yeah.
Um,
Thank you. Oh, I forgot to give you my,
Dessert.
yeah, the dessert.
Where's the dessert?
There it is. Oh, ah,
What is that?
it's a blind
Unsee.
person
Oh,
blind person.
with eyes who cannot see.
I got it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's cute. Okay.
big.
That makes the homework more palatable.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
No, I like
I'm
it.
not a very good student, so I apologize
No,
for
you're
wasting
very good.
everyone's time.
That was really good homework, Upala.
No, I'm not asking for praise. That's okay.
No, but it was actually. It was very clear.
Yeah, okay. Here we go. Where are we? Is this where we are, right?
Yes, it is.
Is.
Lungde.
Okay. We had quoted some kind of tantric scripture, which seemed to indicate that the emptiness of the heaps wasn't real emptiness or something like that, okay? And Caleb J's goal was to try to prove that you need to understand the same emptiness in the open teachings and the secret teachings. But then the secret teachings were describing some kind of strange emptiness. So somebody said, I don't think it's the same. And here's his response, okay? Who's gonna be your checker?
Hasso.
Hasso, who's up, Hasso?
Or Tung Tung.
Who's up, Tung Tung?
Let me see. Team?
Okay, Tim, check Utpala. Here we go. Lungde Dunni.
Lungde Duni. Rik Chippe ne dun la sem wa mayingi. Ki. Pongpa rikpe che ne den me tu ten la papa mayimpar. Pongpa rikpe che ne che me tu sungwe che tong gokpa yinte.
Okay.
Thanks for being perfect.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Now, the meaning of that Kala Chakra statement, I think it was, right? Yeah. Is Rigpe Chepe Nidun Sewa Mayenke. Mayenke, it's not talking about the dun that you nepa by doing a chepa with Rigpa.
It's not talking about the meaning that you find when examining with logic.
Yeah, or dun here means object, okay? So what is the object that you locate when you do examination with logic?
Tongpani.
Yeah, good, emptiness, good. So he says, look, that quotation isn't talking about the thing you find when you look for emptiness with logic, okay? And it's not talking about the fact that you tell a papa the pumbos as being denme when you rikpeche.
It's okay. It's not talking about.
Tenla papa.
It's not talking.
The pumbos as denme when you use rikpa.
It's not falling down the establishment. What?
Tenla Papa means establish,
Oh,
establish.
establish.
It's not talking about establishing that the Pumbos are denmate.
That the heaps are not real
Good, by using Rigpa.
by examining with wisdom. I mean,
Yeah.
with reasoning. Sorry.
It's a repeat of the first part of the sentence, but he just mentioned the Pumbos, okay? It's this statement in the Kalachakra Tantra is not describing what it means to determine that that's a good for Tenla Papa, to determine that the heaps are empty by using logic. It's not talking about that. What it's talking about is if you use your Rigpa, and then, by the way, this CAD should have been CANG. Okay, this CAD should be CANG. Okay, in the third line, in the middle of the third line. Okay, which means it's an abbreviation for Qiyang Me. Okay, Qiyang Me, Chang Me. Okay, so what's Qiyang Me mean, you guys, in the lion's dance?
Nothing at all.
Yeah, we had it in Sugang's text for the third formless realm result level. Okay, when you meditate on trying to stop the mind, if you do it for a long time in this life, you will end up in a formless realm called Chiangmei. Okay, and that formless realm, yeah.
Is it the causal meditation or the resultant realm?
The resulting realm is called Chiangmei. But you always meditating there also, actually. Anyway, so Changmei means nothing at all. It's not, I'm sorry. This is a Gokpa. This Kala Chakra quotation that you pulled out is a denial that
That nothing exists.
that when you use your logic, you will find out that the Pumbos are Chiangmei. Okay, all right. It got it.
No.
This Kala Chakra quotation is not attempting to describe that when you examine the parts of a person, you find that they are not coming from their own side. What this quotation is talking about is be careful about using the emptiness logic and coming up with the conclusion that the Pumbos are Chiangmei.
Oh.
What's that mean?
Don't exist.
Don't exist at all. Okay, so this was not, listen, this description of the heaps as being nothing at all is not, it's actually a gakja. They're trying to disprove that could be emptiness, okay? Now, why did the opponent pull out a Kala Chakra statement that said the meaning of emptiness is that the heaps don't exist at all?
Because K-Drip just told us that there is no difference at all in the emptiness between the open and secret teachings.
$100 answer. My gosh. Okay, Ellie, $100 answer to a $0 question.
That was Paula, right?
Yeah,
That was Chinzum.
No, it was Paula, I think. And it's a perfect answer. It's a perfect answer. Yeah, okay, got it? So the other guy's trying to say, no. The emptiness they use in the tantric teachings, when we graduate to Tantra, the emptiness we have to use is the one that says you don't exist at all. And K-Drip says, no. That was criticizing someone who thought that emptiness meant that nothing existed at all. Okay.
Why should we practice Tantra if it means there's nothing
Yeah,
existing?
yeah. Okay. Now, last line here, Chetong Bokpa means it was a refutation of the idea that emptiness means you should cut all existence. Che. Okay. It's like Dorje Chupa. Okay. Different tense. Okay. It was a denial of the idea that emptiness could be the obviation of existence. Okay. All right.
Obviation.
Yeah, that's a good $20 word right there.
Bengalmi, can you please check?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think I have this text, Geshe-la. I know I'm open the one you just sent me this morning.
Yeah,
but it doesn't
I was doing corrections during your homework.
Could you send that to me, please?
I didn't do much. Oh, yeah, I did do much actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay.
Just so I can make notes, because if we go through this thing, if we're not going to go through that substantiation of the quote, then that's okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Okay. Okay. So wait, who's checking this lady? Who's checking?
Bengalmi.
Bengalmi.
Ooh, Bengami. Hey, Bengami, did you eat a crepe with Nutella for me? Can you just eat one for me?
We'll do this, yes, with great pleasure.
With great pleasure.
Okay, thank you. Take me a photo, send me a photo to prove it. Okay, all right.
Detir del chendri me le, pon lam par chepe tongpani le ring tu che, she sung pa,
You want to struggle with this? By the way, what it says is, that's why
yeah,
the
and that's
great
because,
commentary to the color. No, that's why the great commentary to the Kala Chakra, which is called Vimala Light, okay, says, that's why the great commentary to this famous Kala Chakra commentary says, now struggle with these two lines and make them sweet.
ring.
Oh, I'll give you a clue, okay? Ring du che means try to remove yourself as far as possible from this idea.
Okay, so we've got the body and mind, emptiness, body and mind, examining. No, I don't know.
I
know the words, but I don't know how to.
Yeah, I'll do the syntax with you. Try to, what do you call that when you set yourself far away from somebody? Try to
Distance yourself.
What is it called?
Distance yourself.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Try to distance yourself from the idea that the tomba ni of the pumbo that you find when you namba chepa.
That the emptiness that you find
of the pumbos
of the body and mind
when you number chepa.
When you examine them.
Yeah, distance yourself from the idea that emptiness consists of chepetongi.
Consists of an absence of emptiness.
Yeah, or no, an emptiness which is the absence of any existence at all. Okay, cheta, right? The extreme view that the meaning of emptiness is that there's no husband in the kitchen at all. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and so this guy keeps hitting on the Kala Chakra Tantra, saying it says emptiness is nothing at all. And we say, okay, then why does the most famous commentary to the Kala Chakra says, try to distance yourself from the idea that the emptiness of your body and mind that you find through examination with logic is nothing, okay? Is emptiness in the sense of nothing at all, chepa, okay? Got it?
Thank you.
I found a slightly relevant Kala Chakra commentary, but I'm not satisfied. So I'm gonna not use it yet.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go back and find you a better one. Okay, who's checking?
Christina Kasika.
Yay. Shentuna, Chiktang du drelki taktang namke, metoki pe, namsheki pungpo rangshin mepar chepe, kone uma pe, dekona ni rikpar, le ni pe, dor du dun par sung patang yellow.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Shenduna means moreover, okay? Moreover, you gelwa, your idea gelwas,
Conflicts with, contradicts.
yeah, good. The Dordun Dumba means the seventh brief point made in the Liu Nipa, the second
In
chapter
the
of the
second chapter.
of the
Second
Kala-
chapter of what?
of the Kala Chakra Tantra. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and Kala Chakra is divided into little vignettes, which are called dordus. So in the second chapter, in the seventh vignette, it makes statements that contradict what you're just saying. Okay,
Uh-huh.
because in the seventh vignette it says, I don't know. The reason I'm using that word is because he promised me a crepe with Nutella. And so I'm trying to use a French word. Okay, that chapter describes Chituda.
One and the same?
The reason for proving emptiness, which is called there's no one and
or many.
no many. Yeah, no, neither one nor many, right? And moreover, it gives the pe of a namke metal.
It gives the example of a sky flower.
Yeah, a flower that could grow in midair. Okay, and you know, I think that's a good translation because the point is there's no water, there's no soil, there's no sunlight. It's just growing in midair. Okay, with no sustenance. Okay, and it says Namsheki Pumbarashi Mepar Chepe Gone. When you examine whether the heap of awareness comes from its own side, okay, you can understand the konani, okay?
You can understand suchness.
Yeah, and so it uses, that chapter uses the famous middle way argument about one and many, and it uses the famous metaphor of a flower that could grow in midair to say, okay, it's instrumental on the pay, right?
Uh-huh.
To say that you can understand emptiness as the middle way guys do. If you examine the heap of your own mind and find out that it doesn't have any nature from its own side, it doesn't say there's no mind at all, okay? Chepa, okay? So by the way, what did I tell you he was gonna do after he said he didn't want to go on too long?
You would go on too long.
Yeah, they always do that. He said, I don't want to go on too long.
Yeah, I'm not going to use too many. There's so many quotes I could give you.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go on too long. And then he went on too long anyway. Okay, who's checking?
Ella Lu.
Yay, Ella Lu.
Shenyang chok min gyur ki tor dule. Chiang yi la min je pa te konan yi gom pa yim pango pe kapsu.
Sebi? Okay. Shenyang, chok min gyurwe dor dule. I don't know. I don't know this expression. It's a briefer presentation of a Kala Chakra Tantra, maybe called Chokman Gir, but that's a weird name for a scripture because it would
Not
mean
becoming high.
Yeah, not the best one. And I wonder if it's Mingyur in the sense of unchanging. In fact, it's certainly Mingyur, meaning the unchanging supreme, okay? The immutable supreme, okay? And from the briefer presentation of that, which it must be some Kala Chakra scripture. And I'll find it for you. I just didn't have time today. Chiyang Yila Michepa Dekonani Gombayin. Gog. That scripture gogs the ideas
It refutes the idea
that Chi Yang Yila Michepa could be Don Dekonani Gomba. We had it in Nick's text. We had a long discussion of it at the beginning of his text.
so
It was,
becoming familiar with
Nick, go for it.
Oh, no, it's Chiyang Yila Michiput. That meditating on emptiness, or the direct perception of emptiness in the case of what Gyaltso Jay was talking about, means that there's no mind at all.
Yeah, and we go by that.
Yeah, we refute that idea.
Yeah, thinking about nothing is what meditation on emptiness is. In the Kala Chakra, in this Kala Chakra commentary, they refute that, okay? They refute that that's correct. So actually he's giving more and more detail, right? All right, who's checking next?
Gibson.
dear
Oh, he's
Yasheni Chutam Cheki Rangshin Mepan Ni Tok Part Chepate Nupo Mepe Seni Shintu Ni Lokpe Semni Mayino Sherang Shin Mepa Chutam Cheki De Konar Sumla.
good. And this is the quotation it sounds like. Dear Deshishepe Yeshini, what does it mean when we talk about the wisdom of the Buddhas, okay? It's a state of mind in which you realize that nothing in the universe has any nature of its own, okay? I don't want to see the translation, all the things in the universe don't have a nature, right? We're going to say nothing in the universe has any nature, okay? And then he gives a very, okay, I'm going to give, I don't know, $50 for this next line. Ngopo mepe senyi shintu ni lope semni mayeno. Shintu ni lope semni mayeno, $50.
So it is, there's something about things, the definition of things is not
Good.
very,
I'm not saying that the Daishin Sheikpe Yeshe is Shintu ni lope sem. That's what it says.
that the wisdom of the Buddhas.
Yeah. Okay, cancel that. Yeah.
Is asleep in your mind. Is something
You're
that's
too late, Mr. Banker.
I was waiting for Venerable Utpala.
Okay.
I'll give you my $100, no worries.
Okay, Mr. Banker, if you can give it to me, very sweetly. Okay, let's go. Daishin Shipe Yeshe ni Shindu ni lope sem ni mayin.
We're not saying that the wisdom of the Tathagatas is something that is a sleep in your mind, and that you
It's a sem, which is Shintu ni lopa im.
right. It's a mental state that is like very yeah, is a sleep in your mind, and you can just wake up and understand it.
Cancel that money, okay? Okay, yay, it's B, we saved some money. Okay, I'm not saying that the wisdom of the Buddha is a state of mind in which you are deeply asleep. That's what it says.
What's the lopa doing again?
Ni lok is the idiom for sleeping asleep.
Deep sleep.
Yeah, sleeping sleep. Yeah. Lok is the verb for sleep. Ni means sleep. Okay. I guess it means to blank out or something, right? So that's I don't know, man. If you can't make a life tool out of that, the Kala Chakra Tantra is saying, I never said that the wisdom of the Buddha was to achieve some kind of deep sleep. Okay. All right. Okay. In other words, Chiang Mei, right? Thinking about nothing. All right. About deep sleep, about the real, about how things have no nature. Okay. Okay.
You get that teleprompter thing for Mac now.
Will do,
Your
Connie.
mic is on.
Okay. And what that's saying is that the real Dekonani is Rangshin Mepa.
Yeah, real suchness is no self-nature.
Yeah, the fact that nothing is itself. Now he's not done yet. Okay. I'm going to split this one, make it a little bit easier. Okay, who's checking?
Venerable Kelsey.
Hey.
Yay.
Liu Ni Gume Mongpar Jepe Ta Dak Ndrowan Dini Duknyang Dakle Duknyang Zin Parche Jependro Par.
Okay.
In the
I read
second
it like
chapter.
this. In the second chapter of the Kala Chakra, it says, Gyume Mombar Chepe Tada, all of those who are made stupid by the illusion, okay? All people who are blinded by the illusion, okay? They want to escape suffering, but they are grabbing it. Okay, they are grabbing it. Okay. Chepe double. Now he says that by the way, I think that's the root text of the Kala Chakra. And in the commentary to that, it says, please go.
Ina.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Dear Corwig, Yuma Ngarn Zin Patang Ngan Yunzin Pe Dakni Chen Ki Mong Parche Pani Nyawatang Yidaktang Dun Dro Duknyal Dakle Duknyal Zimpar Chepao.
Yay.
Okay. Those who are grabbing, who are wrapped up in the illusion of samsara, who are grabbing to me and mine, right? Nga and Nga Zimba. Dagni Chen here means the nature of the ignorance is that it grabs to me and mine. And those who are made blind or are in the dark because of that habit, they want to escape the hell realms, the preta realms, the animal realms, okay? But actually they are embracing them, okay? Jimba, they're embracing that suffering, okay? Keep going, who's checking?
Rebecca.
This is sure is an interesting, not going on about it.
Shengan Tangan Yernzin Pa Corway Duknyang Ki Sawar Shepe Corway Sawa Chutche Ki Nyemponi Dakme Tokpe Sharab Ni Yin Par Shepa La Paro to Chimpe Uma Patang Mitun Pat Sung Se Kyang Meto She No She Par Jao. Okay,
The Shaper Jiao at the end is frequently a little, what do you call that? It's frequently a little rough, Shaper Jiao, okay? Okay, so come on, like try to understand, okay? This is something you gotta understand, okay? And it's almost insulting or, putting people down. Hey, try to get it, okay? Just try to get it, all right? Try to get it. What? That Ngada Ngaya Zimba, the tendency to hold to a me and mine, is the root, Sawa, of the Korwe Dunya, of suffering of samsara. Shepa, that's what the book is really saying, okay? And therefore, Korwe Tsawa Chucheki Nyembo, the antidote which cuts off the root of samsara is Dagme Tope Shira. What's that?
It's the wisdom of
Which perceives
realizing that there's nothing that has a self-nature.
Yeah, and now give me the meaning of ni.
Itself, the wisdom itself.
Nope. Chikni. Chikni.
Alone.
One
it
and
alone.
only.
Yeah, it's the one and only, okay? It's that and nothing else, okay? It's that and nothing else. Yimbar she. That's what the Kala Chakra teaches, okay? That's what the Kala Chakra says is their own Rang Luk. Shepa means this is our position. What? That if you want to cut the roots of samsara, the only thing you can use is wisdom which perceives that nothing is itself, okay? Now, there's absolutely no mitumba with the umapas,
There's nothing different with the middle way,
who
first,
are paro to chimba side of things,
who are on the perfection of wisdom side of things.
meaning the open teachings here, right? Okay,
Ah.
here it means open teachings, okay? Remember we said paro to chimba can be
Yep.
opposed to sangha, okay?
Thank you.
So then he says, hey, shepa jao.
You got to understand that.
Yeah, try to get it, man. Try to get it. I mean, I explained it to you for 3-4 pages now. Try to get that there's not the slightest difference between emptiness as taught in the middle way, open teachings, and Tantra. There's not the slightest difference between those two emptinesses. Whew. Okay, who's up
Uh-oh.
next?
There's
Rick,
more.
Rick, can you do it?
Okay.
Okay.
Interlude nipe drel chenle detir drebuni rangle mayin shenle mayin ni kale mayin ku mepa chen tu yang mayino cheso ki tashi ngokpe rikpa sok sune gepar uma soki lungya chempo namle shepar jawar sung so.
Good. Okay. By the way, he's already mentioned Chictudel, right?
Yeah.
Classic proofs for emptiness found in the open teachings of the middle way. And now he refers to Tashi Gope Rikpa in the third line. Tashi Gope Rikpa, which was in your first text.
I know.
Yeah.
Repeating the four.
Yeah, the four possibilities. Good. And here are the four possibilities. Drebus come from themselves.
Yeah. Causes come from themselves.
Results.
Results. I always get those.
And they also don't come from Shen.
From anything else.
They also don't come from Nika.
Both of them.
Yeah, both themselves and other things. And they also can't happen without a gyu.
Without a cause.
Yeah. So, by the way, he's quoting the second chapter of the great commentary to the Kala Chakra. Okay. And here's this classic open teaching middle way proof. Okay. Therefore, okay. And then it says, okay, if you want to get more details about emptiness, you can go read the open teachings of the middle way, says the Kala Chakra. Okay. All right. So don't tell me there's different emptiness in Tantra and in Sutra. Okay. Don't try to sell me that. Okay.
You could have just used this one.
By the way, the guy's not giving it up. The guy's not giving it up. Here you go.
Emily Chen, can you please check?
Uh-oh. Two lines, Udpala. 2 lines.
Ona gyute le tongpani mikche su shepa mayin nam shena.
Keep going.
Shepmuki deni gakjandu trarab sakpe semper tongpala tongpani che tanye sepa nampa tam chepe su kunzo pate gakja dendru kakpe chane shakpe ke de konani ni mayinla.
Okay, cool. Hey, but he's not giving it up. He says, hey, don't we see in the same Tantra that it says that emptiness is explained as something you can see with your normal perceptions? Mikche, okay? It's not mikme, Okay, Mikmei Tsewe Terchen Chen Risi. It's not that you see there's nothing. Doesn't that Tantra say you see there's something? Okay, they describe emptiness as a case where you do see something. It's not Mikmei. Okay, doesn't that Tantra say that when you see emptiness, it can be mikche. You can have a normal object in your mind, okay? Then we say, shema. Okay, now listen. It says that. Yeah, I admit it says that, but it's not talking about real emptiness. It's talking about it's talking about how there's no physical matter which is really composed of partless atoms. Okay, that's just a refutation of partless atoms. The concept of a partless atom. It's not a refutation of the concept of a self-existent thing. Okay, got it? The gakcha, in the case of that quotation, is bembo, physical matter, which could consist of accumulations of partless atomic particles, okay? It's just calling that tombani. Tanye ze means kind of like a nickname, but it's not the real emptiness, okay? Got it? It's saying that the table that your computer is sitting on is empty of partless atoms, but it's not talking about real emptiness, okay? That's not real emptiness. He never said that was real emptiness. He's just using that emptiness word to describe how we reject the idea of partless atoms. Okay, cool?
Okay.
Which is not, the gakcha there is not self-existence, okay? Okay, got it? Now, you want the real emptiness? Well, number tamje besu konzupate. Now, if you described all physical objects as being deceptive reality, then you would be getting to real emptiness, okay? If you described all physical manifestations as lying to you, well, then you would get to the real gakcha, okay? Which is dendru, that things could exist from their own side. But that's not the suchness here, mayan. That's not the emptiness he's talking about here. He's not talking about real emptiness when he says you can still have an object in your mind when you perceive emptiness. He's not saying that. He's saying that's just a gotcha of an argument about partless atoms, okay? Cool?
Thank you.
Yay, okay. Next, who's checking?
Alexandro Rivas.
Yay.
Itabui suple kepe dewa chempoe yasheni dekonani la mikpe chir dewa mikme de len chikma yimpar sheto.
Yeah, okay. But, okay, now, there is a wisdom of great bliss which can be triggered based on that kind of physical matter when you're doing partner practice, okay? In Tantra, okay? There is a wisdom of great bliss which keep us from those physical objects, okay? And that wisdom, which is triggered by your channel work, okay? It can focus on real emptiness, okay? And therefore, Len Chik Mayimbar means the Kala Chakra Tantra in not a few places calls it Mikme. Okay, they call that bliss, Dewa, Mikme bliss, okay?
Bliss with nothing it sees.
Yeah, the bliss of nothing else. So don't go telling me Mikche, okay, in the last line. Where is that?
Uh,
Here, 3 lines above. You know, yeah,
uh-huh,
okay. It talks about mixture emptiness, where you can put your mind on something,
uh-huh,
but that's just talking about atomic particles. It's not talking about emptiness, okay?
uh-huh.
And when they get to the subject of great bliss, which comes from the physical matter that doesn't have partless atoms, they constantly call it Mi'kmaq bliss.
Uh-huh.
Okay, not once, not twice, 1,000 times. Okay, got it?
Yeah, thank you.
So don't tell me the emptiness taught in Tantra is different from the emptiness we're going to learn in this book. He's advertising his book, by the way. Okay. Next, keep going. Who's
Uta.
checking?
Uta.
Okay.
Thank you. Titakla jupar jawa che mang du yumut ki tun mong tu nyepar ja wa ma yimpe chir tang kap ma yimpe chindir ma jula.
Okay, this is so funny. This is so funny. Hey, Jumpa Jawa Chemang about this subject, about these points, okay? About these points, Didagla, there's a Jumpa Jawa Chemang.
So many?
Yeah, there's so much I could say about these topics, okay? Yama ki,
But
but
I
that's
don't want this to go too long. No.
no, it's not something we're supposed to talk in a Tumongdu setting.
Oh, a setting, well, where everyone's around, but
Yeah, in an open scripture setting, we're not supposed to be. Nyepa means we're not supposed to be talking about it. And nyepa means to give utterance to. Okay, it's a very ancient word, and it's perfect here. You know, these subjects about how bliss has no object it sees when you use the physical parts of your body that have no atoms. Okay, now listen, it's cool stuff. I admit it's cool stuff, but it's not something you're supposed to give utterance to in a shared teaching, okay? And moreover, okay, Kapmayin.
this is not the circumstance, the right circumstance. No.
Yeah, this is not the context. We're not talking, this is not a tantric book, okay? I'm not writing a tantric book, okay? So first of all, it would be improper to talk about Tantra too long in this book. And secondly, it's not what I'm writing about today.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'm gonna maju.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go on about it, although I just went on about it. Okay. Okay. One more paragraph.
Bertha, could you please check?
Sure, thank you.
Onkyang sundi tabui lope lam la tsene sabmotong pani la mupe gekcher chete rangshin tam che pungwar jepa che mangdu tongwe got san shikmu payino.
Good. Unkyang. Now he's gonna justify why he did go on. Okay. Unkyang, but that we see people who are searching, spiritual searchers, using this kind of wrong path, you know, where they try to perceive emptiness as nothing and then have sex with everybody as tantra. Okay, we see these kind of people. Okay, and that kind of approach is a big gig.
Oh.
Blockage.
Oh, right.
Like spiritual constipation for those who are really who really want to taste samotombani. What's that?
Profound emptiness.
Yeah, and then these kind of people pungwa themselves and other people. We had this meaning of pungwa in Seiji's text, was it?
Yeah, Pungje.
Yeah, Pungje tope gola, chem se chem. Pungje tope gola, chem se chem. I dance
Oh,
on
they're dancing on the head of, but
of topa meaning wrong ideas.
oh,
Pungje, which ruins my life, okay? Which
uh-huh.
wastes my life, okay? So look, you can tone
You can see
che mung.
so many great.
So many people, so many, che means many. This spelling with the S means you can see so many people.
So many. Is it Mangdu many too?
Yeah, che mung means extremely many, okay?
Okay.
People who are pungwaing themselves and others.
Who are barricading themselves and others?
They are ruining their life and other people's life. Therefore, I had to mappa gotsam.
I had to talk about this just a little bit.
Yeah, gotsam means just, introduce you to it. It means just the door, right? I just gave you a little peek into it. Because I see so many people in the world ruining their life, ruining other people's life by teaching that emptiness means nothing at all in Tantra. Okay, cool?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yay. I think we're done. Am I
Yeah,
right?
we'll have a short class today.
That's a pretty good place to stop.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you,
perfect
Geshe-la.
timing, again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
well, it wasn't me, it was Kid. Okay. That, by the way, that's probably worth the whole book is worth those few
Yeah.
pages, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, really beautiful.
That will really help people. Yeah. If nothing else happens in this book, even if the lion's dance wasn't taught for like 10 pages in this book. By the way, it is the most exquisite teaching on the lion's dance that I've ever seen. And the lion's dance comes from the ancient sutras. It's mentioned many times in the Kangyur. Okay. All right, here we go.
Sashi Puki Chukshin Meto Tram Mirabinshi Nyende Gempati Sangye Shingu Nite Uwardi Prokun Namdak Singadu Parsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamni Gewadi Kewoku Sunam Yeshe Toksokshin Sunam Yeshe Lejun Dampar Kuni Dampar Sho.
Yay, Utpala.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Nice choice of books.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you, Paula.
Who's torturing us today?
Aaron,
Ooh.
live from the patio.